This week we are visited by a fashioner of oldie things, un directeur général de l'Organisation Européenne des Consommateurs, an ecological neologist, a doctor of geosciences, and Nola introduces one cool-looking endangered dude. It's hammer time, let's get at it. Swedish pulp producer NewCell has just opened the world's first commercial-scale, textile-to-textile chemical recycling pulp mill after spending 10 years developing the technology. For centuries, mechanical recycling of textiles by manually shredding clothes and separating their fibers has been a common practice. However, NewCell has become the first commercial mill to utilize chemical recycling technology, which enhances the quality of recycled clothing and enables larger-scale production. Their new plant's objective is to recycle the equivalent of over 1.4 billion t-shirts annually by 2030, marking a significant shift in the fashion industry's ability to recycle used clothing on a large scale. NewCell CEO Patrik Lundström explains what they are about.
Our purpose is to make fashion circular. We are the missing link from a otherwise linear value chain where we're pumping more coal, cutting down trees, agriculturing of cotton, and then running it through the value chain and then put it into landfill or incinerate it. So our purpose is actually to create circularity in that value chain.
So looks like I can now dig out my old 1960s t-shirts up in the attic and really recycle them without fear of them ending up at a landfill in Africa. Progress. The term greenwashing was first used in the 1980s by environmentalist Jay Westerveld in a paper he wrote criticizing the hotel industry's practice of encouraging guests to reuse their towels in order to conserve water and energy.
Just came to me. It seemed really logical, pretty simple, kind of like whitewashing.
Westerveld argued that this practice, while well-intentioned, was actually a form of greenwashing, as it did little to address the larger environmental issues facing the industry, such as energy consumption and waste management. As public awareness of global heating has increased in recent years, companies' inflated claims about their products' environmental credentials have grown. In fact, according to a 2020 EU survey, over half, 53%, of environmental product claims were found to be vague, misleading, or unfounded. Another survey conducted the same year found that authorities suspected 42% of green product claims to be false or deceptive. We are awash in greenwashing. Claims circulate freely in an unregulated or lawless environment of the free market environment. However, this should change, at least in the EU when the Substantiating Green Claims Directive is implemented in March. This directive will require companies to comply with a new legal framework, ensuring that their environmental claims are backed up by evidence and are not misleading or deceptive. But BEUC, Europe's Consumer Organization Director, Monique Goyens warned.
Future EU green claims law will only be as good as its enforcement. Authorities should regularly control green claims, publicly disclose their findings, and be able to find companies who mislead consumers.
Stay tuned. With record high temperatures across Europe leaving the Alps without snow, a new report, The Snow Thieves, How High Carbon Sponsors Are Melting Winter Sports, published by UK-based climate charity, Badvertising, found that there were 83 sponsorship deals from car manufacturers and 12 fossil fuel companies, including Gazprom and Equinor, and 5 airlines, including British Airways and SAS. The largest governing body in winter sports, the International Ski and Snowboard Federation, FIS, is itself sponsored by Audi. Almost 90% of the vehicles produced by Audi in 2021 were petrol or diesel driven. The report also highlights the fact that each year the snow cover in the Northern Hemisphere shrinks by an additional estimated 90,600 square kilometers due to climate change and that many European ski resorts face closures and disruptions this winter due to lack of snow. Lizzie Yarnold, Great Britain's most decorated Winter Olympian, commented,
"At their best, winter sports are a celebration of people enjoying some of the most awesome landscapes on Earth. But the impact of climate pollution is now melting the snow and ice, which these sports depend on."
Human activities are seriously threatening wildlife. Habitat loss, overexploitation, pollution, and climate change are driving many species to extinction at an unprecedented rate. In fact, some scientists have warned that we are in the midst of a sixth mass extinction event that could rival the Permian-Triassic extinction event, known as the Great Dying, which was the largest and most devastating in Earth's history. It was driven by global heating resulting from huge volcanic eruptions and wiped out 95% of life on Earth. Humanity relies on healthy global ecosystems for clean air and water, as well as food. However, new research shows total ecosystem collapse is inevitable if the losses are not reversed. Recreating ancient marine environments using simulated food webs to represent the ecosystem before, during, and after the extinction event, scientists studying the Permian-Triassic mass extinction find ecosystems can suddenly tip over. The Stability and Collapse of Marine Ecosystems During the Permian-Triassic Mass Extinction, published in the journal Current Biology, examined fossils from South China, which was a shallow sea during the Permian-Triassic Mass Extinction. Dr. Yuengeng Huang, at the China University of Geosciences and lead author.
We are currently losing species at a faster rate than in any of Earth's past extinction events. It is probable that we are in the first phase of another, more severe mass extinction. We cannot predict the tipping point that will send ecosystems into total collapse, but it is an inevitable outcome if we do not reverse biodiversity loss.
Nola, care to illustrate the good doctor's point?
Working. Assessment information in detail. The scalloped hammerhead is a large coastal and semi-oceanic pelagic shark that is circumglobal in warm temperate and tropical seas, from the surface and intertidal zone to depths of 1,043 meters. The scalloped hammerhead has undergone steep declines in all oceans, with some signs of stabilization and possible recovery in response to management only in the Northwest Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico. Threats. The scalloped hammerhead is caught globally as target and bycatch in commercial and small-scale pelagic longline, perch seine, and gillnet fisheries and is retained for the meat and fins, unless regulations prohibit retention. Underreporting of catches in pelagic and domestic fisheries is likely. Scientific name: Sphernolduini. English: scalloped hammerhead. Native to circumglobal and warm temperate and tropical seas. IUCN Red List category and criteria: critically endangered. This has been Olay and Ollie K. Boomer with NOLA Comms for your climate change report coming from downtown Alberta.